Welcome to Iron and Steel Making course lecture 2. Today I am going to emphasize on unit 1 what it consists of. The broad topics in unit 1 are history of iron, what was the existence, what was the evidence, what was it called in Latin, where was it existing in the first ancient of years, what was the historical stages as per the age is concerned. So all those things you will be knowing. And occurrence of iron ore and limestone and coke in India. So is it occurring or as a sudden event during the earth formation, or is it prepared synthetically? Is it man-made material? So that will be concluded in this occurrence topic. And what are the raw materials of pig iron production by blast furnace, and it is essential to know coke production process, properties of coke, and what are the various process by which coke is being produced. And there will be during the preparation of iron ore, so there may be loss of fine particles, fine size particles means small size particles, which can be reutilized by the technique called agglomeration. So it is further divided into two different processes, and alternatively it can also be followed pelletization process. It is basically the cost effective. It may be the low cost, this may be the higher cost effective, and availability of these particular things are followed for reutilizing the fine iron ore particles. Now let me talk about historically point. In Latin, the iron was called ferrum. There was existence, as prehistorians, archaeologists, mineralogists suggested that based on their scientific studies in Vedic Ains or Vedas, it was existing. The explanation about the ferrum with the name called Ayas. And similarly in the German language it is called Eisen, means ferrum. In the German language and in Vedas it was existing. But is there any evidence for the existence? It is been found by archaeologists and mineralogists. Based on the experimental calculation by carbon dating method, it is been told that 6000 years BC it was found. The material which was found in the excavation of Egypt pyramid, Cheops pyramid, and different daggers, knives, based on the kingdom and kings, soldiers used material and calculated the number of years. It was found that it is the origin of meteoric, means during the earth formation this material, iron ore form of material, was also developed. It was existing. It is not man-made material, is confirmed by in the present technology as a scientific theorems and experimentation. It has been concluded that it was existing 6000 years BC. Now if you see the stages, ages as it is been going, around 1 million age it was found Stone Age. By the archaeologist it is been calculated, and after that it is been divided based on the stipulated number of years. It is called Middle Stone Age, Late Stone Age. After that, along with the stones, there was observation of copper usage of kings and kingdoms. It has been found around 4000 BC, 4000 years BC, and around it is also found that smelted is nothing but iron, and with the charcoal it is been melted, formed as a simple tools which was used for the Egypt pyramid, and it is been calculated that it was 2900 years BC. That was the age of that particular material. And after that there was one more findings was observed, iron beads, and it was meteoric iron. It has been concluded by the archaeologist, along with some alleged addition of nickel around 7.8 percentage, which was found during an excavation in the Egypt pyramid. These iron beads decided the age is 4000 years BC. Similarly, an iron and steel dagger was found during the excavations in Iraq during the World War II. It is decided that it was 3000 years BC. The age is calculated. Similarly, a blade of steel knife found during the excavations in Cheops pyramid. It is decided by the archaeologist 3000 years BC. Then Bronze Age. Bronze is nothing but copper and tin alloy. So these things were used by the as a tools in the kingdom. It was found the age of 3000 to 1000 years BC. Just notice this particular point. Now I am going to talk about occurrence of iron ore, limestone and coke is nothing but it is not man-made material. It was meteoric origin. During the earth formation, these things were existing. That is been going to be concluded in this particular topic. Now let me talk about occurrence of iron ore. That is, now let us know occurrence of iron ore. It is the nature of iron objects found. Even you guys know that it easily gets destroyed by the formation of rust over the years. When it came in contact with the soil, air and water, that is why you cannot find this particular iron object for many years as iron. And it is also occur around 5% of iron in the earth crust. 5%. The 5% iron is not pure iron. It is a compound form. It is a mix of oxygen. That is why it is called iron oxide. Further, this particular iron oxide is existing in two forms. One is hematite, the other thing is magnetite. Majorly, the more percentage of iron is found in magnetite, but material as a iron oxide Fe2O3, major availability source, for example hematite in Orissa 33% of hematite is existing, Jharkhand 26%. Coming to the magnetite, it is 10,500 million. As a source of hematite, if you see the major states and reserves, you no need to remember all those things, at least remember the first and second positions. And coming to the magnetite, Karnataka 73% of magnet is existing, Andhra Pradesh 14%, but overall reserves 18,000 million tons hematite in entire India and 10,500 million tons magnetite. It means the availability of the iron oxide in the form of hematite is more, whereas this particular thing is less. Notice this particular point. This is basically the pie chart of various elements in the earth crust, which is topmost layer around 75 kilometer thickness of earth. Below that mantle layer, and below that outer core layer, below that inner core layer. This is how the earth is from the top surface of earth is divided. Within this particular earth crust, the material elements existence is sodium around 2.36 percentage, iron is 5.63 percentage. This is how material is existing. Oxygen 46, silicon is 28. As we know, in the earth, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, in the air if you see the proportion of oxygen and nitrogen, the percentage is oxygen is around 21 percentage, nitrogen is around 78 percentage is existing, and those particular things you can get an idea from the Google material. And coming to the how do you calculate what is the iron percentage in Fe2O3, Fe3O4 compounds, that is hematite and magnetite? How do you calculate? This is a formula how you use. Number of atoms of iron element in a compound, 2 iron atoms, 3 iron atoms, and atomic mass of iron around 56 into 100 divided by atomic mass of compound Fe2O3. By that you can calculate. For example, if I know atomic mass is 56, atomic mass of oxygen is 16, iron and oxygen. Now when you substitute all these things with respect to the compound and iron, you will be getting the iron percentage in Fe2O3 70, and in the case of hematite it is 72 percentage iron percentage. But as the availability of material, hematite is more in India. That is why you are able to produce iron and steel more, which is meeting the global production of steel. The iron is being given for the steel production. It is been meeting, and we are good competent in that particular sense. Now let me talk about limestone occurrence. The limestone majorly more than 2/3 of the production is found in majorly 5 states: Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat and Chhattisgarh, and each of them contributes around 99 percentage of this particular limestone. And let us know more about limestone use for the production of iron. So that is why this is one of the raw material for producing the iron. By using the blast furnace you will be producing the pig iron. There you need to use limestone. What are the functions of limestone? Basically the limestone CaCO3 used as a flux, and it is been found as a sedimentary rock form, as along with this particular gangue materials such as are minerals calcite and aragonite, and it is been further dissociated into lime, that is CaO, and it acts as a flux. During the melting stage it is been added, that need to be noticed. And why do you are adding this particular lime? To reduce the softening point of gangue association with the iron ore. That is purpose. And it also reduces the slag viscosity, so that you can push up these particular gangue material to the top surface during the melting stage, and you can easily remove. That is one more use. And to decrease the impurities activity compound and make this particular slag phase stable, so that as a stable phase you can remove this particular slag. And this lime or limestone mainly used as a flux. As I mentioned, slag is nothing but gangue plus flux. In the definition of slag is nothing but impurity materials which was evolved during the production of pig iron, that is slag. Even though iron ore material is having some gangue material, how do you remove it? Unless until you add the flux, you cannot remove the slag. The gangue is associated with the iron ore, when you add the limestone, that is plus flux, you can remove this particular slag. This is the real image of limestone, how it looks. And occurrence of coal, another topic. Mainly these particular coal deposits, coal found in two different geological ages and regions. Those particular ages around 270 million years ago, around in these particular countries, South Africa, South America and Australia, India, the coals found, that particular land mass was called Gondwana land, and the other coal also formed in another areas which is called territory coal, which was found 30 to 60 million years ago, and these particular things are called tertiary coal field. The other things are called Gondwana coal fields. In our country, Gondwana coal fields are found. These are the states 1, 2, 3, and these are the coal field areas within the West Bengal, the east of Barkar, Barjora coal field. These are the areas. Just for the knowledge sake, you need to read out, at least read out these particular areas, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh. Coming to the Andhra Pradesh, this particular Godavari Valley coal fields in Tanduru and Northern Godavari, Bandala, these particular places, Orissa, Sikkim. And another particular point is conclusion about this particular today lecture. Give your opinion whether it is true or false. Hematite availability is more in Odisha. Is it true or false? Please share your opinion. Thank you.